Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Mallow and Lizard are here with you today to discuss an interesting article. Are you ready? Okay. So I'm going to read it all to you. It's a little bit lengthy, but not too much. And then we're going to tell you what we think about it. Okay. Here we go. The title of the article from the Associated Press is Missouri high school teachers outed for OnlyFans content, sparking debate on employment discrimination. Okay, it says the site and others like it provide an opportunity for those willing to dabble in pornography to earn extra money, sometimes a lot of it. The money is handy, especially in relatively low paying fields like teaching, and many post the content anonymously while trying to maintain their day jobs. Um, a St. Clair High School, southwest of St. Louis, it all came crashing down this fall for 28-year-old Brianna Copage and 31-year-old Megan Gaither. Gaither says you're tainted and seen as a liability after she was suspended and Copage resigned. It says the industry has seen a boom since the COVID-19 pandemic and is now believed 2 million to 3 million people produce content for subscription sites such as OnlyFans, Just for Fans, and Clips for Sale. Um, that's one of the quotes from the dude in the article. Um, and it goes on, it says, it frequently proves risky, though. A recent report from the Trade Association found 3 in 5 adult entertainment performers have experienced employment discrimination. Interesting. Um, we go in St. Clair, Kopich was the first to be outed after someone posted a link to her OnlyFans account on a community Facebook group. Okay. Superintendent Kyle Cruz said Kopich was not asked to resign, but she did anyway. She said, I do not regret joining OnlyFans. I know it can be taboo, or some people may believe that it is shameful, but I don't think sex work has to be shameful. I do just wish things had happened in a different way. Gaither, who also coached cheerleading, said she used her account to pay off student loans. She was also outed, although she wrote that she had an alias and did not show her face. Um, Parents voiced concerns. They said, as a society, we've come to it to think that it's okay for children to be seeing their teachers having sex. That's outrageous, says the father of a 7-year-old boy. We shouldn't be giving children an extra reason to fantasize over their teachers. And that someone else said that's something that shouldn't be sexualized. And this says whether fired adult content creators have a legal recourse is unclear. Employers have wide latitude to terminate employees. The question is whether firing people moonlighting in the adult entertainment industry has a disproportionate effect on women and LGBTQ plus people, said a lawyer for who's an employment guru guy. Um, Both groups are protected, and data from the Free Speech Coalition shows they are the ones who overwhelmingly produce the adult content. Um, Another person says, we have a gig economy now, and millennials have more student debt than we know what to do with. There's all sorts of reasons why people would reach out for outside income like sex work, like OnlyFans. Um, and other people, one person worked for the Department of Defense. It says in South Bend, Indiana, a 42-year-old Sarah Seals said she was fired last year from her job teaching science to elementary school children through a Department of Defense youth program called Starbase after she began posting on OnlyFans to make more money to support her twins. And a Department of Defense spokesperson said it was inappropriate to comment on matters of pending litigation. That's their big their statement on that. And another person said, if we pay our teachers as much as we pay athletes, maybe she wouldn't have had to open up an OnlyFans. Okay, that is the article. That is the basis of why the more I read, I was going, what the hell? Anyway, now my lizard and my mallow, tell me what you're thinking.
I've already read about this like weeks ago.
Oh,
I just like to say
I'm slow, y'all.
the parents are so freaking stupid. Like, why are you letting your 7-year-old son think about him getting like an erection for his teacher? Why are you sexualizing your children? Think they're going on Pornhub at 6? Why you those people who are sexualizing the teacher and their children?
It's the parents.
It's the parents and the ones who are like you mean you sexualize the teachers and their jobs and everything.
I totally agree. My thought when you the time when the now maybe whenever the kids get older in the high school and things, but again,
That's still the parents' issue.
why are you letting your teenagers on porn sites? You know what I mean? It's like being on a porn site. I mean, you come maybe expect it as a teenager. I don't know, but still,
You would require money to get on these like OnlyFans. So
yeah.
are they using your card? If they're using, and who cares that the teachers are doing it? As long as the teachers aren't doing it with minors or the fellow students, like fuck. They need to make money too.
That's my okay. I'm of two minds. I normally am of two minds about everything because unfortunately I'm one of those very cursed people who can see both sides of things a lot of the time, and so it's very frustrating. But I see definitely the entertainers, I guess you call them, the OnlyFans people. They have a right as human beings to have a life outside of their job. Okay. However,
You think teachers aren't having sex anyway?
right, but
Like literally,
hang on.
like my seminar teacher, which is basically your homeroom teacher you have for all 4 years of high school, was pregnant at least twice, and she was pregnant when at my graduation.
Because the
So
DJ sexually reproduced, don't you know?
So she definitely is frick, just not on video. And okay, so here's a thought though. Would it be okay if it's since they're elementary school teachers, or worse if they were high school teachers?
I don't know what's the worse. That's, you think your 7-year-old is looking up your teacher on OnlyFans or those high schoolers. Like, all right, high schoolers have some hormones they can blame it on, but your 7-year-old needs therapy and maybe some CPS coming along.
Yeah. They need to like figure out why your 7-year-old is sexualizing their teacher,
And we're watching porn.
right?
But because we're assuming
Who is
that's
it?
not happening at school, right?
No. They don't want to think about their child's teacher because it's the parents who are watching the porn. And
Oh, absolutely,
and,
100%.
and they're sexualizing the teacher.
That one dad.
But they're blaming the children because that sounds more doing it for the children. You don't care about the children.
Yeah, the dad's trying to quickly zip up the pants. Yeah, the children.
It's like being pro-life. You care about it until like it's there.
And then, no Medicaid, no food stamps, no child care, no housing assistance.
And they'd be like, no sex workers. That's so inappropriate and unprofessional. And then if we got rid of all the porn, just all of it, there would be men that would absolutely have meltdowns. Like if all of it got rid of, every nude.
There's a reason why they have outlawed us having the right to do what we want in our uteruses. However, they have not found the moral outrage to outlaw sex workers.
I feel like also, if you have any history of sexual misconduct, you're not allowed to have Viagra. You don't get help. Viagra?
Or if you vote against helping children, because if you're going to keep producing them and you want to keep have the ability to, make them,
Right?
you better be able to take care of people that are not make from it.
if it was a male teacher, the moms would just giggle amongst themselves as they talk about
Like,
how
they'll
sexy.
drool and want to be his best friend.
But since it's they're women teachers, you can't say there ain't no
They're
men
women.
teachers that are also on OnlyFans.
Right? Maybe not those, because I don't know about you, but most of my male teachers were pretty
I
gnarly.
would like to question though. It's that one teacher that didn't show her face and had an alias. Who knew her naked body well enough to report it?
Right?
Right?
I do have that question because she's like, I hid my face and alias. Then who knows that what their 7-year-old teacher
That sounds like
clothes?
ex revenge to me. Or ex best friend revenge.
Like one dad
Posted on the Facebook community. Oh my god.
that is like okay, so that is either
That's
like
revenge. That's a revenge thing.
maybe she TikTok an old friend and she's like, I'm gonna
If this is not an outing, this is a revenge issue.
Won't tutor my child. I'm gonna out you as a whore. to the community.
I feel like this should be under the same laws as revenge porn, which can again can lead to jail time.
I mean, it said at the end of the post, why aren't we paying? Because if we paid our teachers enough, because they're educating everyone, why are they not being paid as much as athletes?
Right?
Athletes, what? Oh, you pick
Or
a ball.
no offense
Congratulations.
to all you people out there, but Beyonce or Rihanna or
By the way, there's this new thing's going around that Taylor Swift is the first ethical billionaire. There are no ethical billionaires.
no, they're not.
And to get to be a billionaire, that you just fit some things unethically.
Yeah, because why are you a billionaire if you're so ethical? Why aren't you helping out people in need?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when The Rock and
Oh,
Oprah.
I've talked about this so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they were
And then
trying to fundraise to help Maui, but everyone's like, why don't you just give money to help Maui?
oh, but then he was on Jimmy Fallon, right, doing these Christmas surprises. You know who they were paying the bill for? Was it Walmart?
No.
Was it Target? Was it KB Toys?
Don't get me on a whole tangent about these stupid fucking
No,
drives.
they were paying the bill for Christmas, whatever people were buying, at FAO Schwartz,
What's that?
a super fancy upscale toy store. You know when they show toy stores and Christmas movies and stuff?
Like
From Home Alone, the New York.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, though, they're basically like the same toys. Like Walmart toys and those fancy Toy Store toys are like buying a name brand cereal or the generic Great Value. It's the same thing. It's gonna be the same.
But I'm just like, FAO Schwartz, the most expensive upscale, yuppie, waspy place to go. Why there? Why aren't you going and buying toys and donating it to kids in foster care?
Okay.
Or, giving it to people who have nothing for
This is
Christmas.
why I honestly believe at this point, big YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and all them who actually do these amazing charities, they donate their own money. Like many of them will match. Like if their followers raise up to 5 million, they will match that 5 million. And the thing is, like, they're never talked about. Not once.
No,
They never
they
had
get no recognition.
like I don't remember what's the Oscars or the Emmys. Which one has like videos, like movies and stuff?
That would be the Emmys.
Okay, so Markiplier was
I
nominated for an
think.
Emmy for his Markiplier in Space videos, which is a huge project, was great, and not one reporter tried to get pictures of him or even talk to him.
No, all those little independent deals, they don't even get on the show. It's like the day before they do it, and like a little half-ass thing. But yeah, they don't ever, because that's like the people who do like the music and the visual effects and that kind of thing. The people who are like behind the scenes, that do all the stuff for the movie,
Yeah.
that never get seen or heard about. And yeah,
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about it is like we are seeing like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, all these people as like godlike beings who just need to keep their money because they can get other people to donate.
yep,
When we have our actual good people who are celebrity famous. Markiplier is owned by people billions around the world.
yes.
But no one wants to talk about them because no one wants to admit that the internet can actually bring people together to do good things. It has to be like, oh, violent video games is making our kids violent. Oh, it's so easy to find sexual games, all this stuff. But you refuse to look at the good communities. Every time you hear about anything on the internet in the news, it's something bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I have been aware of Markiplier and Jack and all those for at least a decade now. I mean, you guys were young teenagers,
Right.
and I at first was like, YouTubers, you know, but then I I try to be open minded, and I would watch with you guys, and I admit to being a fan. You know, I am a total Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. I am a fan.
You're a bigger fan of Markiplier because you actually like his gameplay. Jack's a little bit loud for you.
I would listen to his voice all day. I love his accent.
And that's the whole point is that just again, like people think of things online as something that's bad. It
Or
can't be good.
not a real job.
Or yeah, not really the OnlyFans. They're like, oh, you're just doing this to be a deviant, not that it pays more money than their entire paycheck for a year.
Right.
And it's just like we need to.
Let me tell you, this year, as poor and down and out as we have freaking been,
It is.
I was thinking like the only thing on me I got going for me is like my feet. Maybe I could like do a foot fetish thing or something. I don't know.
Right.
Just thinking of ways to freaking get money because like, what do you do when you're fucking broke down and you can't do anything? You
Right.
know, but you're desperate and willing to try damn near anything. And you know, what I mean, I see 100% how easy it would be. You know, and it is not okay that these people are losing their jobs, male or female, whatever, because of they're outside of their job. You know what happens? Like they're not.
With that poor one teacher who had the twins, you brought her up, and I'm like, being a teacher, having to go to school and get those degrees to actually be able to teach the children and like the teenagers of growing a people to be adults in the future shouldn't require that extra assistance. It should be
Well,
a good
obviously,
job.
I don't think there's a dude involved. Obviously, because you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the child support is not the end all and be all of everything because I got child support for you guys, but it was a pittance and
That's
did
because
not.
you didn't want to
Hey,
go back to court with them.
I
I was
have a-
trying to try to take us.
I have a fun but depressing fact. You know about the school lunch programs, how schools give out lunches and stuff?
Yes.
It came to be because like I think between like World War I and World War II, the US government realized that too many children becoming adults were too underfed to be made to join the military. So in came the school lunch program so kids be well fed enough that once they get old enough, they can join.
Yeah, because
That's
a lot of the
disgusting.
people
Again,
that they were
you can't they
drafting for World War II were because after the
even
Depression.
help children just for the sake of helping children. There has to be some motivation behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. It's ridiculous, but okay, so that is our opinion about and I'm the same way with LGBT, like say you're trans or whatever and you're a teacher. I don't think you should lose your job. You still have the same intelligence, the same teaching ability, the same experience. But
So I'm on Reddit a lot, and there's a subreddit for like teachers to vent and let out. There's this one teacher saying he got outed as gay at school, and the students were calling him slurs, the F word, and all
oh
that. And
no.
he tried to get him to stop, like going to the administrators, the admins, the principal, and no one was doing anything.
What?
Yeah, they were just like,
Is it current
they're-
day?
Yep, that's current day. And he's like, I don't know what to do. They're high schoolers. I tried giving punishments, detentions, but no one is doing anything to make them really stop. Like, I tried talking to the parents, and it's just not working. And I'm like, and he's like, I don't feel safe enough anymore because one of them actually did, like, try to say, he threatened me, but the administration doesn't take it seriously because they're students. So he's like, I think I might have to quit my job for my own safety. And I'm like,
Why isn't he like trying to get video documentation of this and then sue the balls off of?
I think it's because you can't record or videotape a minor, and I don't know what state he's in because in some states require two-person consent. So I'm not fully sure. There's a lot of information missing, but he was just like, I don't feel safe in my position. And you're a teacher. That's something
But
that
here's the thing though. People have been unsafe going to work in the teaching field for decades, ever since gangs in inner city and things became an issue. Especially in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, it got really bad in a lot of areas, like about the metal detectors at school,
Oh, yeah.
school shootings and things like that. So it's like nobody feels safe in schools anymore, especially the teachers. And they never have. I mean, how many teachers have been that's why whenever you get student loans or whatever to go to college, especially to become a teacher or something in that field, if you go and work in those types of trouble areas, they will wipe your student loans off if you work there for a certain number of years, because that's the only way they can get people to work in those places.
Another fun yet depressing act. People think of Columbine as the first real major school shooting, when that isn't true. It was just the first major real shooting in a nice area. There have been many, many school shootings in like the lower class schools, and the ones we talked about. That's the only way you're gonna get teachers to work there, is to pay off their student debt.
Yeah.
But because it happened into a mostly white, normal, middle class school, that's why it became a big deal.
Well, and it may have been an issue of, again, like gang violence, things
But
like
still-
that. But people were shooting at specific people. This was like,
You don't think gang violence is the same thing, shooting at specific people?
oh no, I know that's
like,
how.
And there's
Yeah,
and it's still students, because they're part of the gangs now that are shooting other students and teachers. It's just because it was a mostly white school that it became a big deal.
yeah, I never thought of that before.
Mhm.
Interesting. Steve
So
always brings up the most interesting fun facts.
Yeah, and if you heard me giggle earlier, it's because like Lizard keeps walking out of the room to go sit down and eat, and then when she hears a few like interesting tidbits, then she comes walking back.
back in here. And let me see. Let me paint you a picture, okay? This 5 foot tall slip of a nothing child, okay,
Mhm.
comes stomping back here in a little black t-shirt and black socks and no pants. Now the t-shirt, I mean, she's got underpants on, I assume, and her t-shirt covers all the major
It
bits.
says hot in this house.
And they think it's hot, and I'm firmly in. Yeah, I told you they were good ones for them when it's cold. She was wearing the sweatpants I got her for her birthday, and they were very, very warm. And I told her they're for the warm because they got
You
like
want to give like a information about how to get the sweatpants, because they are thick. Don't they have like fluffy insides?
they do. They're like fleece on the inside, like the soft, like
We'll do
soft
that in a
bits
separate
in
podcast.
there, but they're like super, yeah, warm and cozy. I have no idea where I got them. I think I got them at Walmart. That's where we do most of our shopping. But anyway, you guys, that's just how it happens to us. We start talking about one thing, and then we end talking about something completely different, because that's the way our ADD minds work.
Mhm.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little, we're going to call these little snippets story time with Mama. We're going to tell you all a little bit of story, and then we're either going to tell you our personal stories or some little interesting story in the news, and it'll either be me or one of them or one of all of us or something like that. It'll be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, you guys.
Bye.